While the elites in Silicon Valley are still building virtual utopias in the metaverse, there's a civilization that's defining the next century for itself and the world, using humanity's oldest and most robust method, engineering. This isn't just simple construction, it's an unrestricted warfare against the laws of physics, economic norms, and the flow of time. What it presents is a creativity almost godlike, transforming mountains, oceans, and natural barriers from limitations into a canvas. We're accustomed to measuring a nation's pulse by its GDP growth, but this overlooks a more fundamental indicator: the capacity to organize the physical world. In just a few short years, China has consumed more cement than the United States used throughout the entire 20th century. This isn't boasting, it's a civilization undertaking a frenzied entropy reduction, transforming chaotic, disordered natural environments into efficient, orderly, and predictable systems. While we're still debating the budget and timeline for a single subway line, China has already built a high-speed rail network totaling over 40,000 kilometers, longer than all other countries combined. These aren't two parallel lines. These are two fundamentally different perspectives on time concerning the future. Now, let's explore this reshaping planet from 4 dimensions. 1. Beipanjiang Bridge. Imagine stacking the Eiffel Tower in Paris and the Chrysler Building in New York, then building a bridge from their tops. That's what the Beipanjiang Bridge does daily. It doesn't just hang in the air, it stitches together 2 plateaus, each 1,000 meters above sea level, turning natural barriers into thoroughfares. However, even more astonishing than its 565-meter, nearly 200 stories, vertical height is its cost miracle. The entire bridge cost about 1 billion RMB, approximately 140 million USD. In comparison, an earthquake reinforcement project for a single bridge in California, USA, cost over 1 billion USD. This is not merely a triumph of engineering technology, it's a dimensionality reduction strike against the global infrastructure cost system. It proves that grandeur doesn't necessarily mean expensive. Speed can go hand in hand with quality. 2. Tianlong Mountain Hive. What do engineers do when facing spatial limits? The traditional answer is sacrifice, compromise. Chinese engineers, however, have provided an answer full of Eastern philosophical wisdom: spiraling. To overcome a massive 350-meter elevation difference on a sheer cliff, the Tianlong Mountain Highway Bridge in Shanxi didn't opt for crude excavation of the mountain. Instead, it designed a dizzying 3-story circular elevated bridge. It's like a giant dragon coiling around the mountain, gracefully neutralizing gravity. Even more incredible, this spatial magic project took only 13 months to complete. For reference, a mere 3-kilometer stretch of New York City's 2nd Avenue subway line took nearly a century to build. While some cities are still endlessly deliberating over repairing a single street, China has printed a multi-layered transportation hub onto a cliff face. 3. Hong Kong's Zhuhai-Macao Bridge. The ocean has historically been the end of civilization, but the Hong Kong-Zhuhai-Macao Bridge has made it a starting point. This 55-kilometer Great Wall of the Deep Sea is not only the world's longest cross-sea bridge and longest undersea tunnel, but also a forced reorganization of geoeconomics. It has pulled the Guangdong-Hong Kong-Macao Greater Bay Area, a super-economic entity with nearly 80 million people and a GDP comparable to South Korea, from concept into reality. What was once hours of separation by sea has been compressed into a half-hour commute. What it connects is no longer just 3 cities, but the shared heartbeat and future of an entire region. It declares to the world, in the 21st century, the strongest moat isn't a military barrier, but an inimitable economic closed loop constructed by super projects. For Yanzicheng Expressway, Yaxi Expressway. If other engineering feats are about building roads through mountains and bridges over water, then the Yaxi Expressway is about building roads directly on mountaintops, spanning 240 kilometers and climbing 2,600 meters in elevation. The entire expressway is like a continuous land aircraft carrier carrying vehicles through the clouds. Ganhezi and Labajin Grand bridges within it are masterpieces of anti-gravity. To protect the ecology, engineers used bridge piers reaching over 180 meters high, the world's tallest piers, to lift the highway into the air, achieving harmonious coexistence between human activity and natural habitats. This embodies a unique Eastern wisdom. Conquering nature isn't about destroying it, but about coexisting with it in a higher dimension. From the clouds to the deep sea, these steel behemoths are the hardware for interpreting China's future strategy. While the world is still debating ideologies and political models, China has chosen to first build the physical framework to carry the future. This is a civilization force that cannot be ignored, and it poses a profound question to the world with undeniable reality. When a nation begins to plan on a planetary scale, designing the future with decades or even centuries in mind, are we still stuck deciding the world of the day after tomorrow based on tomorrow's election?
This is your number 1 radio station.
Amigo